A new 10-gallon aquarium is a sterile void. Left alone, invisible chemical spikes, like ammonia, begin to turn the water into a toxic trap. Transforming this glass box into a habitable world requires you to act as a planetary engineer. You are terraforming a microenvironment, balancing chemistry and biology to sustain life. Your pioneer species for this colony is Trichogaster tuna, the honey gourami. They are serene, golden, and reach a maximum length of only 2 inches. Despite their fragile 2-inch stature, these fish possess an evolutionary toolkit designed for survival in some of the most stagnant, oxygen-depleted waters on Earth. To understand how to build their habitat, we have to look at their native geography, the shallow, slow-moving river basins of South Asia. During the dry season, these waters often stagnate. The flow stops, temperatures rise, and dissolved oxygen levels drop low enough to suffocate most standard fish species. Take a look at this diagram. Positioned right above the gills is a lung-like structure called the Labyrinth organ. When the water loses its oxygen, the gourami gulps a bubble of atmospheric air. That fresh oxygen diffuses directly into their circulatory system. This specific respiratory adaptation is the master blueprint for your tank setup. Every mechanical decision you make must accommodate this surface breathing requirement. Your first directive in terraforming is replicating the thermal climate of India and Bangladesh. This requires an aquarium heater to maintain a consistent water temperature between 74 and 79 degrees Fahrenheit. This chart shows the risk of failure. When water temperatures drop below 74 degrees, the gourami's immune system slows down while the rate of parasitic infection climbs. Once the climate is locked in, you must manage the atmosphere. Because these fish visit the surface to breathe, the water's surface tension must remain calm. High-flow internal filters create turbulent currents that exhaust the fish. You need a gentle sponge filter to clean the water without disturbing that vital surface layer. Stabilizing the temperature and calming the fluid dynamics transforms the glass box from a hazardous trap into a stable, life-supporting baseline. With the environment stabilized, you can focus on the biological inputs required to fuel your pioneer species. While honey gouramis have a peaceful temperament, their dietary needs are those of an omnivorous micropredator. Maintaining their vibrant golden coloration requires high protein inputs. Provide a daily diet of 40% protein. Mix high-quality flake foods with supplements like frozen bloodworms and daphnia to stimulate natural feeding behaviors. A complete world requires a diverse population to help manage waste and balance the ecosystem. Peaceful species like neon tetras or corydoras catfish are ideal neighbors. However, you must exclude fin-nipping species like tiger barbs, as they will harass the gouramis and cause lethal stress levels. Balancing these predatory dietary needs with peaceful community dynamics results in a vibrant, self-regulating biological network. The ultimate metric for a successfully terraformed ecosystem is the point at which the pioneer species begins to reproduce naturally. When conditions are perfect, the male begins his architectural phase. He constructs a nest at the surface using spit bubbles and plant matter. After courting the female, the male fertilizes the eggs and meticulously transports each one upward into the safety of his bubble matrix. Post-spawning, the male's behavior shifts. The peaceful community fish becomes an aggressive sentinel, guarding his floating castle against any intruder. At this stage, the engineer must intervene by removing the adults so the fry can safely hatch within 24 to 36 hours. Mastering these biological inputs elevates fish keeping into an act of world building. For full blueprints on equipment and water chemistry, visit TankZen.